Since the Denver Broncos lost to the Detroit Lions, I cannot stop thinking about this question, and truly, after 24 hours of straight thinking about it, I still don't know my answer, so I need y'all to weigh in on the comments and answer this question. Is Russell Wilson a guy that Sean Payton thinks that he can win with for a long time? I truly don't know the answer to that question. It has been a bizarre roller coaster of having evidence that shows Russell Wilson is Sean Payton's guy. Look at this proves it, this proves it, this proves it. Then we also have evidence that shows Sean Payton cannot wait to abandon Russell Wilson and is going to do it as quickly as possible. So we're going to break down all of that and so much more in this video. If you're new to this channel, I'm Ben. I break down all things Broncos, all things Denver sports. It is awesome to have you here. It helps me if you like and subscribe. So the first thing, it is somewhat trendy right now to come out and have this sky is falling mentality, to have this feeling that the Broncos season is over, that we're not going to make the playoffs. Woe is me that, yesterday did not go well for us. We had pretty much every team we hoped would lose won, and in some ridiculous fashion. Later in the week, I'm going to show you that path to the playoffs is still very real. Got an email last night where one of the viewers broke down all of these awesome scenarios for us that are pretty realistic. And if we win out, I think I can confidently say we're going to make it. But we're going to break that down later in the week. But to the sky is falling mentality, when the schedule was released, everyone in Broncos country was furious because most teams in the NFL don't have 3-game road trips straight like that, and definitely not 3 divisional games or 3 big playoff games like we have. And so the fact is, when we're looking at the schedule release, we all were saying we kind of have 3 baked in losses. And the fact is, we were in 2 of those 3 games. Russell Wilson could have won the Houston game on the road. We had 4 shots at the end zone, and because we don't have a healthy tight end, we lost the game to Houston. We then go to LA, just trounce the Chargers, and kind of lead to Brandon Staley's firing. And yeah, we didn't show up in Detroit, but here is what I would say to you. Imagine in your life that in the next 20 days, you would fly from Denver to Houston, back to Denver, from Denver to LA, back to Denver, from Denver to Detroit, back to Denver. And in the midst of all of that, every time you get to a place, you're doing multiple car crashes and difficult football games, and then you have a brand new baby and aren't sleeping. There's a lot going on. And the fact that we were in 2 of these 3 road games, I think we all should feel very, very good. And now to the question at hand, the question that's been going all over Twitter, all over all the pregame shows, is what the heck is going on with Russell Wilson and Sean Payton and their relationship? Because, this isn't just like fun gossip. This truly matters. If Russell Wilson is not the quarterback of the future, we need to move on. And every game that we win hurts our chances of being good in the future. It hurts our chances of securing that quarterback of the future. If you take a look at Tankathon right now, this is like letting you see the Broncos' current draft pick. So if the season ends today, we have the 15th pick in the draft. The chances of a quarterback who's any good falling to us at that is very, very unlikely. So you would need the type of situation where you luck out and you get a Lamar Jackson. But for the most part, being able to pick the quarterback of the future at pick 15, it's not going to happen. And so every time we lose, or every time we win, it makes us lose if Russell Wilson isn't the guy. I've heard so many people talk about we need to change culture and we need to not be a losing locker room. That's over. We've proven that we are not a losing team anymore. We've gone in and won in Buffalo. We broke the streak against Kansas City. Sean Payton has proved all he needs to in that way. And I think you watch interviews with Singleton and all, we're not a losing culture anymore. I'm not worried about that. So we could drop from the 15th overall pick back into the top 10 if we lose out our last 3. And you never want to tell the guys to stop playing. But if Russell Wilson's not the guy, put in Stidham, put in Ben DiNucci. There is no point in picking 15 if we're just going to run away from Russell, because whether or not we try to use a draft pick to pick a Bo Nix, to pick, Drake, any of these guys, we need to make this decision quickly because we're going to either pick someone or use our draft capital to trade for someone, and every win hurts us when it comes to that. So the question becomes, is Russell Wilson Sean Payton's guy? And we see the berating on the sideline, and there's a ton of different theories and rationales of why did Sean Payton just absolutely lose his mind, his ever-loving mind on Russell Wilson on the sideline. So 3 theories that I like and not sure which are the ones I think. Theory number 1, Russell Wilson snapped the ball. You remember the series, we had got down to the red zone. We pretty much scored 3 times in a row, and every single time it was either ruled right outside the end zone or we had the bogus offsides call. So the 3 theories are: theory number 1, Russell Wilson snapped the ball with 19 seconds left on the play clock. That did not give the guys up in the booth enough time to review whether or not they wanted to throw the red challenge flag. Sean Payton was upset that Russell Wilson didn't give him time to review it. I don't think this is the case. If that's the case, Sean Payton says that in his post-game press conference. Sean Payton was asked about it, and his response was, "What I talked to Russell Wilson about was none of your business." If that was it, that's not even that big of a mistake. We want a quarterback who's aggressive. So if he was just mad that Russell snapped it so fast, he would have said, "Hey, Russell Wilson snapped the ball with 19 seconds. I would have liked my coaches to have a couple more seconds to look at that." I don't also think it's that, because Sean Payton is still on the headset to Russ. So he could have said that, called the play in, and just said, "Hey, and we're looking at this one, so make sure you don't snap until 5 seconds left in the play clock." So I don't think it's that. A lot of people are saying that. Next thing that people are saying is that they wonder if Russell Wilson, when he threw that first down play, really nice play over the middle, which everyone says Russell Wilson can't throw over the middle, but he did, hit Jaleel McLaughlin over the middle. He spun in and was ruled down right on the 1-yard line. People are saying, the other rumor is that Sean Payton saw an open guy in the end zone and wanted Russell to throw it to him. So he was saying, "Hey, none of this would have happened if you would have just hit a wide open Cortland Sutton on first down," or something like that. So that's theory number 2. I'm waiting for the all 22 to come out and see if I think it's that. Theory number 3, and this is the one I think it is. I think when Russell Wilson came off after settling for the field goal, maybe Russell Wilson said to Sean Payton, "Hey, why didn't you challenge that?" Or he called him out on one of the play calls or something like that. And Sean Payton just blew his lid and was angry that Russell Wilson was calling him out on play calling or something like that. That one seems to make sense to me, because that's one that when you ask Sean Payton in the post game, what did you yell at Russell Wilson about? Is he going to say, "Well, Russell Wilson questioned my authority," or something like that? So I think all of this emotion, all of this, the reason that this is headline news before pregames is we're all wondering, can Russell Wilson be Sean Payton's quarterback of the future? I think we see stuff like the fact that we kept signing Ben DiNucci. That shows that maybe Sean Payton doesn't see Russell Wilson here forever and wants to make sure he still has his guy here. But the fact is, if he didn't want Russ here, and we know that he loves Caleb Williams, we heard him talk about it when he was a Fox broadcaster, why play him at all? Why not break the streak against Kansas City, break the streak against losing in Buffalo, and just say, "I don't think I can win with Russell Wilson, and I want a better draft pick." So I guess I'm very torn here. I still think we're making the playoffs, but if we make the playoffs and we cut bait with Russ and we end up with the 22nd pick in the draft or something like that, I'm going to be super frustrated, because Sean Payton, you don't have to prove you can win. Let's get the quarterback who can win from now on. I think that's Russ. Very curious to hear what y'all think. Breaking down so much this week as we are on to the New England Patriots and Broncos country. It's time to ride.